I partied as hard as possible for the first 2 weeks of college because I never really went to those parties where people drink and try to get girls. And I know it sounds kind of cringe that I'm saying it like that, but I literally didn't because our high school didn't do that type of stuff because we were a bunch of fucking nerds. I associated parties with birthday parties where we would all go to like a Top Golf or something and eat pizza and cake or something, but not like this type of party. So when I went to college, I literally just wanted to party and drink and get girls and talk to as many people as possible, so as many people as possible knew my name. I wanted to be popular. And this story is not like years ago or anything. This just happened 3 months ago, so it's very recent. So almost every day for the first 2 weeks of college, I would be going to parties with my friends at night. Many of those times we would have a pregame where we would meet up at one of our friends' house and drink alcohol before we drank alcohol at the party. One of those pregames, like the first pregame I've been to, was also the first time I've drank alcohol. I don't remember if it was a Busch Light or seltzer or whatever, but I just remember that it tasted like fucking shit. But I still drank it anyway because I wanted to get tipsy and kind of buzzed, which is also, cringe as fuck, but I have to tell the truth here. I'm not gonna lie though, in the beginning, those first couple days of partying, I had a blast. Because in high school, I was a bit more antisocial, I was more of a loser kind of guy, right? But when I went to college, I had the opportunity to just change my entire personality and become so much more social because I'm in a new location and I'm with a new group of people. So my confidence increased so much. I was talking to people left and right. I was even talking to some girls and getting phone numbers, but a lot of it was just fun with the boys too. So near the end of the first week of college, there was going to be a big block party. So I think a block party, I guess the way I can describe it is that the whole block, which is frat row, so the whole road of frat houses, every single house is having a party, so everyone just kind of comes to the road itself and can go from frat house to frat house, depending on what they're led into. And I remember when one of the executive members of our school spoke to all of us, he said something like, there's going to be a big block party, don't go to that party, it's fucking degen, go to the other school-led party that's going to happen at the gym, I think. But me and my friends were like, fuck that shit, thank you for letting us know about the block party, we're going there. And I'll tell you the truth here, our main intention, the reason that we went to the party was to get girls and fuck them. We literally just wanted to attract women, bring them back to our dorm, and fuck them. Which is, I'm not really ashamed to say that because why the fuck else do guys go to parties, right? Why else do girls go to parties? What, for light conversation? Shut the fuck up, bro. You can't even speak to anyone clearly because the music is so fucking loud. Honestly, we should probably just head somewhere quieter if you really want to talk. Preferably my dorm room. That's what the intention of 99% of people at these parties are. Maybe the 1% is just maybe for the music or because their friends are going. But the 99% is just because they want to attract women and girls want attention from guys too. So we were at the block party and I had 2 beers at the pregame before the party. And then during the party itself, I had 2 beers again. I think one of them was called a Four Loko or something. It has a bit higher alcohol concentration than the other beers I had. And I just remember I felt fucking depressed. And I was so surprised that just 4 beers made me fucking depressed as shit, right? Because on top of that, the music is so fucking loud, I can't speak to anyone. I have to push through all these sweaty groups of people and I can get separated from my friends and then get lost and I have to go find them again and push through all these fucking people. It's just fucking exhausting. And I see tons of guys just pulling girls and holding their hand, to take them back to their dorm room so they can, fuck, right? And me and my friends are not succeeding in any of that. I was so out of it, I just ended up sitting on the curb of the sidewalk for the remainder of the party before we decided to just leave early, right? I was sitting on the curb just contemplating my decision to come to this party because I was not enjoying it at all. It was not as fun as the other parties where you could just speak to people and it was kind of more chill and relaxed instead of this one which is all loud and fucking annoying and you have to yell to speak to people and you can barely have an actual conversation with someone. You have to fucking grind on them while dancing to get their attention. It was just so fucking dirty and degenerate. I was not feeling good at all here. So we left that party and I figured that would be the only party that would make me feel so degenerate. But that was not the case. Party after party, I did not feel better when I would get back to my dorm room. I would feel like fucking shit, and that would impact how I would feel the next morning, right? After a lot of parties, I would forget to drink water after drinking alcohol, and I would wake up the next morning with a fucking dry throat. That would piss me off. None of the parties were feeling that great anymore. And then finally, the last straw was when I was at one of the parties that was going really late into the night. It was 2 a.m. I was with two of my other friends at this party, and I was figuring that we might leave this party because it's like already 2 a.m., right? We're gonna go home and we gotta go to sleep, right? It's like I'm like fucking tired at this point. But apparently that night there was another party happening at 3 a.m. It was an overnight rager. It was gonna start at 3 a.m. and then go until the morning, like I think like 7 a.m. It was gonna like last the whole fucking night after this party. And my friends have already like bought tickets for this party, and they're like, oh, let's just go party all night. You know, why not just continue this? Why are we gonna go back to our dorms and sleep? Why don't we just keep fucking partying? So I gave into that, and I dropped $30 on getting a ticket to this overnight rager event. My dumbass didn't even read the location of this rager event, because when we saw the location, we went to the place, we realized it was our fucking college dining hall. It was a fake posting on the Plots app. It was a fake party posting, and no one was there. Just like that, $30 lost. And you might be thinking, oh, it's just $30. But at that point, I had less than $150 on my debit card. And my dumbass spent about 1/5 of that on this dumbass ticket to a party that wasn't even fucking real. And the fact that I dropped a considerable amount of money on a party that was overnight, even though I was already tired, I could have just fucking followed my gut and just went to bed. But I dropped money on that stupid ass party because I was like addicted to fucking partying. That was so irresponsible of me. Imagine if I just kept acting like that, how much more money I could fucking lose. So that was the final straw for me. And that, coupled with all the times I felt like shit at the other parties, I just decided to cut out partying altogether and start sleeping earlier every night. And that was pretty easy because my roommate, he didn't really like partying that much either, and he would also sleep early every night, earlier than I would, when I would still be like a retard and go outside and party. So it was easy to just kind of do what he did. So ever since I started doing that, I mean, I would slip up on the sleeping time sometimes, but since I started doing that and I cut out partying, I haven't went to a single party for about 2 months now. So the lesson I want to teach you here is that party culture sucks. Like, especially if you're a man on self-improvement, this stuff fucks up your brain and can literally make you fall off self-improvement like it did to me. I was disciplined as fuck the summer before college. I was going to the gym more consistently than I ever had before in my life. And I mean, not as consistent as now. Now I'm extremely consistent, but back then I was just like more consistent than I was before that summer. I was taking cold showers, I was sleeping on the floor, I was eating well, I was, trying to get on a bulk, and I was even like learning boxing through video tutorials on YouTube. I was doing so well on my self-improvement. But then when I came to college and became a party guy, I fell off so hard. I would go to the gym with my friends like once or twice a week when I was supposed to be going every single day. I was drinking alcohol, which literally fucks up your gains. I was eating shit food. I forgot about my bulk. Some days I would eat like fucking nothing. I would eat like 1,000 calories, which is basically nothing for me, especially in the level I'm trying to get at. And I also forgot about boxing. I would barely box. I would go to the gym for the first few days of college and kind of practice a little bit, but I forgot about it very soon after. The one thing I'll say that I did that was good for me was that I became so much of a more social person. In high school, I used to be like a social autist, but here I was fucking talking to everyone, making sure everyone remembered who the fuck they were talking to. Me. I was talking to girls, getting their numbers. I had the confidence to just speak to whoever I wanted, and I didn't really fucking care. I had tons of friends who would just fist bump me as I walked across them, which would increase my confidence so much. There was like a group of girls who knew who I was, and that was just another huge confidence boost for me. But the thing is, you can still be extremely social with people without partying. You can literally just go talk to random people on the street, which is actually what I would do when I wasn't partying. You can meet people when both of you are completely sober, and of course it's not as relaxed and free and sexual as being in a party when everyone's high or fucking drunk, right? But you can still do it. And it's not like a requirement that you have to be drunk to socialize. If anything, it's actually better to meet new people in a more wholesome, sober way instead of this dirty, degenerate partying bullshit. Because that way, you only extract the positive benefits of socializing and you filter out all the negative effects of all this party culture. I'll give you an example. Outside the dorm halls, there's a big grass field. It's just like playing grass, and there was tons of people just playing games outside there, like spike ball, volleyball. People were just sitting on the grass and talking. I remember I talked to about 100 fucking people that day, and they all know who I am now. Some of them might have forgotten about me, and I forgot about a lot of them, but it was just nice to be able to talk to all those people and build my confidence levels. There was a group of like 10 white girls sitting on the grass, and I literally just went down, sat down, started talking to them, which if you're fucking Indian, you're like, bro, how the fuck did this Indian speak to white girls? It's not that fucking difficult. Just sit down and talk to them. And I left my phone on the grass when I was leaving, and one of them yelled my name and said, you forgot your phone. I was like, see, these girls know my name now. You know, like, this was like big confidence boost for me and a big socializing skill that I've just gained. If you're in college or high school right now, literally just meeting new people through classes, clubs, and like extracurricular activities allows you to extract just the benefits of partying and filter out all the negative bullshit. Isn't that fucking awesome? I've definitely made friends through partying, but I've also made a lot of friends through like regular events and my dorm hall. And those are the people I've become close friends with. I don't really become close with the people I meet through partying. I kind of just know them during the party and then I forget about them a week later. Because when you meet someone through a party, it's not really their real self that's showing. It's their kind of drunk self. They're kind of like let loose self. They can just talk to anyone. They can just go fuck anyone. It doesn't matter, right? But when you're both sober, it's kind of like a real fucking connection here, a real conversation. It's not degenerate. It's literally just nice and wholesome. And those are the people that you'll actually be able to get to know. Not the guy who's just fucking drunk and talking about how his dick is hard and he needs someone to ride it for him. Another thing that you might be concerned about is that you won't be able to speak to and attract girls if you don't party, which is obviously not true, right? You don't want these girls at the parties anyway. We are men on self-improvement, which means we need to minimize the number of negative influences in our lives. And these include these girls that consistently party. If you've spoken to any of these girls at these parties, like the average fucking girl at these parties, which I've spoken to a fairly decent amount of them, they just don't seem like they have depth to them. They might be like kind of nice to talk to because they have a pussy. Like honestly, that's the only reason why you feel like it's nice to talk to them. But if you really think about it, they're kind of boring and bland. And they're probably also degenerate. They probably scroll on Reels or watch TV all day. You'd probably have a lot of fun fucking these girls, but that's about it. You wouldn't want a girlfriend like them because let's be honest, I'm betting you that it's a turnoff for you when girls consistently go to parties. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing if girls socialize, right? If a girl has good friends and she often spends time with them and she can be a social butterfly, that's awesome. The issue is when she fucks with the party culture, all this, drinking and casual sex bullshit. Because once again, we already know why guys and girls go to these parties. It's not for small talk. It's not to get to know people. It's to fuck. Don't challenge me on this. It's fucking simple. You already know this. You don't fucking say that I'm gonna go to this party to meet a wife quality woman. You know damn well you won't find her there. Instead, you'll find girls who wouldn't mind getting fucked by 5 men that night if it was to happen and the 5 guys are fucking chads. You would probably be turned off by their pasts. Like, let me tell you, why the fuck is it easier for girls to get into parties instead of guys? Because if girls come, there's more girls for the guys to fuck. The men who run these frat parties, they'll allow tons of fucking girls to come because now them and their friends have more options. My friends and I knew this, so when we were trying to get into parties on Doorlist, which Doorlist is the app where you can see all the parties going on at your university, and you can like sign up and get tickets, and when you go to the party, you click on the ticket on the app and they scan it in for you and then you can go in, right? That's the app that we use for the parties. So me and my friends, I didn't do this, just my friends did it, but you can actually change your name to a more feminine version of your name and then replace the profile picture with some random girl that you can find on the internet, right? Like, for example, if your name is Eric, just change it to like Erica and then make the profile picture some random ass girl, because when you scan your ticket in, they're not gonna like look at the picture and look at the name and look at you. They don't give a fuck. They just see the barcode, they scan it, and they let you in. So this was like a strategy that my friends was using to get into these parties, because we know that when they see like a girl's name and like it's a cute girl and a hot girl, like her profile picture pictures there, then they're gonna let her in because they just want to fuck her. So anyway, the reason that all these girls are getting into these parties is because they have a tight pussy. And the worst part is that most of them probably already know this, but they don't fucking care. Because like most men are degenerates, most women are also degenerates. And they're not on self-improvement, and they wouldn't mind getting passed around like a fucking hot potato. There was a party at my school about a month and a half ago. It was called something called like the Hoedown or something, which I know it's like a country themed party, but I heard some girls talking about it. Like I overheard them talking about this party, and they were like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go to the Hoedown. And I'm like, bro, you're literally the fucking hoes at the Hoedown. How the fuck can you be excited when you're a hoe at the Hoedown and guys just want to hoe you down? And then these women will still call themselves feminists after partying all night and grinding on random guys. We've all been fucking brainwashed by society in thinking that sexualizing girls and then getting wasted and then getting fucked is normal. Even the fucking rap music that girls are vibing to at these parties about the rapper just fucking tons of women and just pumping and dumping them, it's all just so fucked. So let me give you some advice here. You are absolutely better off getting a girlfriend through means other than partying. I met my girlfriend at a concert, and it wasn't even one of those vulgar rappers performing. It was literally just some random wholesome pop star. Then we would talk for hours at the dining hall and like eat breakfast together and then be out by evening because we were talking for that fucking long. The whole dining hall was empty. And she doesn't like party culture and all that shit. So we would just go on long walks outside at night, like romantic long walks outside, while we would see everyone else just wasted on the streets, because it would be like a Friday night or a Saturday night, and we just see tons of people walking back from parties. Like we would literally see that classic trio where one person's just fucking drunk and like two people on his sides have to like hold him up so he doesn't fall over. It's just such a fucking stupid, like I feel bad for you if you're that kind of person that needs to be carried back to your dorm because you drank so much. Like what a fucking pathetic loser you are. So yeah, we saw that on one of our walks outside, and it's just so fucking sad to watch that. Like please don't surround yourself with these degenerates, and absolutely don't make them your partner. But yeah, we would just go on these really long like 2 to 3 hour walks outside at night and just explore the campus together. And it was like a movie where a man and woman fall in love, and it just felt so magical. And very soon after, she became my girlfriend. So I'm literally living proof that you can attract a beautiful, loving girl without having to do all this party bullshit. It's absolutely possible, but I probably couldn't have done it if I didn't improve myself beforehand. So make sure you're still doing that. Alright, so here's my answer to the question that you probably wanted me to answer, which is, should you go to parties at all? Because I know this whole video I kind of dissed party culture and said it was shit, and I still stand by that. I probably won't be going to any parties anytime soon. But I'm not going to tell you not to go at all, because I don't want to prevent you from meeting and dating new women. Meeting and dating women is a perfectly healthy, normal masculine behavior. And there might be a chance that you're in a situation where you can't meet any attractive girls unless you do this party shit. Maybe you're so antisocial that you can't approach people sober. Maybe you need to be in a more relaxed, where people like drink and are more open to conversation, heavily social atmosphere that the parties will give you. And I'm not going to stop you if you just want to fuck tons of women, preferably with a condom on, because that is the result of your masculine imperative and evolution. That is up to you. What I'm saying is that there are different chapters of your self-improvement journey, and you need to figure out which one you are in right now. Are you in the chapter where you're interested in meeting tons of different women and, getting good with the girls? Are you in the chapter where you're not really focused on women that much? Or are you in the chapter where you're only interested if you meet a wife quality woman? Whichever one you're in, always make sure that you're still staying disciplined on self-improvement and you put your work and mission as your priority above getting women, because that's always going to be a priority. Your fitness, your health, and your work is always going to be a priority above these women, because without these things, these women will not be attracted to you in the first place. If you're not sure which chapter of women you are in at the moment, always think about your current commitment to your work and fitness. Are you having trouble meeting deadlines on your work? Or are you not very disciplined in going to the gym and prioritizing your fitness? Or are you just doing degenerate activities in general? In that case, you are probably in the chapter where you shouldn't focus on women that much, and you shouldn't really care about meeting new women and fucking them left and right, because you know that they'll be a distraction to you and your work. And also, you're not at the point in life in which you can attract a wife quality woman yet. However, if you're doing well on your self-improvement journey and you've built a good foundation for yourself and you're doing your work on time and everything's well, you're disciplined, you're going to the gym consistently, you're doing all that, and you want to add women to the mix and get good with them, then I'd say there's really no problem in spending a few months, a couple of months, just regularly dating women and going to parties only if you want to. Ideally, in the future, when you're older, you want to be at a point where you are consistent on your self-improvement and your work and your fitness, and now you can start attracting wife-quality women, and you're only really interested in women who are wife-quality because now you're kind of thinking about family and marriage and all that. It's very unlikely you are at that point now because you're probably still young, or you're just still kind of like a loser, or you're a Chad, but you're just attracting regular girls and you haven't improved yourself to the level that you can start attracting wife-quality women. So you're most likely in one of the last two scenarios I described. But that's fine. Just keep building on top of that, and you'll definitely get to that third scenario, which is like the sweet spot eventually. This video won't change your life. You will.